vinyl community, happy Friday. It's me, JC, back again with an album review of Neil Young, Carnegie Hall, 1970. So, before we get started, if you like my videos, please remember to hit the like, hit the subscribe, smash the bell. You'll be notified every single time I drop a video. Now, this was supposed to be an amazing year of Neil Young releases, which on his website, unfortunately, or his app, he posted that the timeline is going to be completely scrapped. At the date of this release, we should have already had about 5 of his bootleg series. Also on Black Friday, we were scheduled to get the deluxe box set with Weld, which is going to be spread apart 3 discs for higher fidelity, which is one of his greatest live albums. Freedom, we're going to get a re-release of that. Ragged Glory, which is a total grail of mine. All were supposed to be out this year. Not to mention the lost album Toast. Now, all of these items are still in production, but it's a matter of the record pressing plants are so backed up that, you know, we may not see some of these releases till next Black Friday, which would be a real bummer. But let's talk about this album. You know what's funny is one day I went on my phone, because I have Apple Music, and I typed in, you know, Like a Hurricane, and like 20-something versions came up. And I'm like, why do I have so many versions of Like a Hurricane? But it's just Neil Young and his live performances, the little nuances in it, just keep, you know, us Neil Young fans craving for more, because it's never truly the same way twice, much like the Grateful Dead. But let's take a look at this album. Let's focus on this album. So this is, you know, I have many Neil Young live albums. You know, for official releases, I'm only missing a few. Sugar Mountain, which is one of my favorites. I stream all the time. Like a Weld, that's another one that I'm missing. But hopefully those will be remedied soon and be in my collection once he does the re-releases. But this album here is spectacular. So first, let's talk about the packaging. It tries to recreate the original 1970 bootleg. I do love it. It has this hype, and the hype is kind of in the same font and red coloring scheme. You guys know I love my hype stickers. I got introduced, now this is an official bootleg, but I got introduced to bootlegs around 1990 to 1995 was probably the height of bootleg for me, because I was a huge Misfits fan. My sister went to Emerson College, and you know, I'd always go to the record stores. So like I visited her every other weekend up in Boston, and they, you know, the bootlegs were so expensive. But I'd look through and look at the Misfits bootlegs, the Neil Young bootlegs, the Bruce Springsteen bootlegs, the Grateful Dead bootlegs, and back then on vinyl, I just remember like having to save for them. Very expensive. And this kind of recreates that, you know, a typical cover art of a bootleg. They didn't generally have spectacular cover art. So very well done job there. And I'll show the back cover for you. Now, this does not sound like a bootleg. This is an absolutely stunning performance, which, you know, just jumped out of my speakers. And, you know, it's just Neil alone on guitar and piano. Came with audiophile sleeves. There's the label, kind of a basic Neil Young Archives label. You know, this, you could definitely hear the detail in the strumming of his guitar. It just was beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. So here we go. Let's talk about the track listings. He starts off with Down by the River, just an amazing acoustic version of it. It just shows how beautiful a song like that can be, you know, even though it's a song about essentially murder, it's just amazing. Then he goes into Cinnamon Girl, one of his biggest hits at the time, 1970. The Crowd Erupts. It's just a fantastic acoustic version. I Am a Child, love that song. But then the next one, Expecting to Fly. I love when Neil Young does acoustic versions of Expecting to Fly. It's just, it lends itself so well, and it's his, you know, it sounds spectacular. Then he goes into A Little Loner, which, as we all know, is like a rocking song, but great acoustic version. Then Wonderin', and that completes side 1. Side 2, we get Helpless, one of his biggest hits. Southern Man, which he talks about staying at a hotel in Washington where a lot of the senators stay at. And I'll just let you put 1 and 1 together to make 2 on what he talks about there. Then Nowadays Clancy Can't Even Sing, another great song. And then ends side 2 with Sugar Mountain, which, if you think about it, guys, Sugar Mountain for a long time was like an unreleased song. Now, Sugar Mountain is kind of a unique performance where people start clapping along and he has to stop. It's quite humorous. He's telling them not to clap. They start clapping again. It's pretty humorous. That's a great version. And then side 3 starts with On the Way Home, Tell Me Why, which would have to be in my top 10 Neil Young songs of all time. Only Love Can Break Your Heart, another beautiful one. Old Man, which is my father's favorite Neil Young song, so it definitely holds a place in my heart. After the Gold Rush, fantastic version. And then he ends side 3 with Flying on the Ground, Can't Be Wrong. And then side 4, he goes into Cowgirl in the Sand. Amazing, amazing, amazing performance. You guys will love that if you're a Neil Young fan. Don't Let It Bring You Down, Birds, Bad Fog of Loneliness, Ohio. The crowd really is into that one. See the Sky's About to Rain, and then he answers it with Dance, Dance, Dance. So just fantastic. I know we have so many Neil Young live albums, and we've had so many great ones like Young Shakespeare. It's just, we have a cornucopia of live albums by Neil Young that have come out recently. But this certainly is, ranks high, I would say. I'm sure I'm going to spin it a lot. So I would give this my highest recommendation. Obviously, I'm skewed because I'm a Neil Young fan. But if you do see this, I would recommend picking it up. All right, guys, that's it. I will join you this weekend, hopefully, with a contest entry to Mama's Records. And then on Monday, Final Finds. Tuesday, coming soon. All right, guys. Peace. Rock out. I love you. Bye.